Welcome back to On the Couch. Spoon University is the everyday food resource for our generation. Spoon University is here to simplify and celebrate us navigating our campuses and our kitchens on our own. Joining us on the couch is Jade McDonald and Jen Coulter.
Hi.
Hi.
So tell me more about Spoon University.
So Spoon is basically this great resource for college students and, like young adults, millennials really, to learn how to cook, learn what fads are really worth it, what fads should just die. The founders of Spoon, they created Spoon University originally in print, like an actual magazine for their campus, because there's this adage that college is where good food comes to die. And we're trying to fix that and give you guys and ourselves too some options when it comes to the dining hall or how to buy groceries. Like, some people don't know how to make ramen, so we're just here to help.
And then the articles have a very BuzzFeed feel, so it's a lot of listicles in addition to recipes. So if you're not looking to cook, you can at least find out what presidential candidate is this dessert and things like that.
Yes, I saw that on the blog website. It's really cool. But what specifically does Spoon have to do here with the Rowan? What have you had to do to kind of get Spoon University Rowan up and running?
Well, when I first figured out that I wanted to be a part of Spoon myself personally, I checked to see if we had a chapter, and we didn't. So I contacted headquarters, and they were like, this is what you have to do. So I had to start this petition, get 300 people interested in it, and have them sign it. Then they'd know that it would be successful on our campus. And then after the petitioning process ended, I had to get our team. I found Jen. I found our social media manager, Molly Brusser. She's not here right now. And I found a whole bunch of great and talented writers, photographers, videographers, and brought our team together. And then Jen could tell us how we got started in terms of our website.
And then from there, we had to hold meetings and get everybody who signed up, figure out which positions they wanted to do. Because you can be a writer, you can be a photographer, you can do social media stuff, whatever. So everybody figured out, what they wanted to do. And then in order for our site to actually get launched online, we had to prepare 6 articles, either locally, specific to Rowan, or things that would be interesting national. We wrote those 6 articles, we sent them to the Spoon headquarters, and then they approved them, and then we got launched.
So do you guys usually set up anywhere, in the student center?
Jen and I are roommates, so right now our meetings are at our apartment. So we just cram everyone in our living room, and we hold slide presentations on our TV. It's a startup.
So what exactly are your guys' positions? What do you do kind of with the daily operations of Spoon University?
Jen, you can start.
I'm the editorial director, so what I have to do is when people write articles for me, I have to go through, make sure everything's formatted correctly, make sure there's no grammar mistakes, make sure everything's linked. And then it's just my job to keep up with the writers and make sure that they're churning out content frequently enough, and just kind of reminding everybody, hey, write some stuff for me.
I'm the community manager and founder. So basically what I do is I make sure the whole team's rallied together, that we're all excited about what we're doing, that we're creating content that we actually like. In terms of my very specific responsibilities, community managers, every month we get a theme, and March's theme is nature. So it's my job to throw an event that coordinates with that and food in some kind of way. Hopefully at the end of this month, we'll be having a little bonfire at a nearby farm, and it'll be really fun, and it'll be an open event to basically everyone. I think we can cap at 100 people, so if that many people show up, that would be great. But other than that, I just make sure everybody's happy.
So what do you guys use to promote yourselves?
Well, we have a Twitter, and we have an Instagram, and we don't have a Facebook page.
We don't have a Facebook page.
But yeah.
Basically, what Spoon headquarters and what we're really about is making sure everyone's interconnected. So we'll tweet out, or we'll share our own articles and nationals articles on Facebook, and just spread the word by word of mouth. And we're trying to become an SGA recognized organization, but that's a really long process. So once that's done, we can have events on campus, we can have meetings on campus, and we can start working through the Rowan announcer and stuff like that.
So because you guys are just kind of stuff and coming, let's say I wanted to help you guys with Spoon University. How am I able to, try to become someone? Who do I contact? Or whatever.
You contact me. If you go to our page and there's a little button that says, do you want to become a member? It'll tell you to email me, or, I mean, you can email me. And I'll send you our app link, and you fill that out, then we do a little interview, and then we place you wherever you want to be placed. And we don't really keep people in, like, very segmented like places. If you want to write and you want to take the photos for your own articles, that's fine. We won't be like, well, you're a writer, you can only write, stay right there. So you can be on our social media team, you could be on my team, you could help plan events, you can write, there's a videography program for Spoon National, which is kind of out of our hands, but if anyone wants to do that, we can help you set up everything that you need to do to be the best food videographer that you can.
How many people are involved in this right now?
In our chapter, or like nationally?
Or just your chapter?
You have 12 active members?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how big is it nationally? Do you know? I'm putting you on spot with that.
There's a lot of schools associated nationally. I think it's like a couple, like
100.
yeah,
Hundreds.
a couple hundred.
Oh, wow.
And it's not just America. There are chapters in Canada. There are a couple chapters in the Netherlands. There's one in Germany, and there are a couple in India. So
what's your guys' favorite thing about Spoon University? Whether it's just the fact that it started, or you're trying to help it grow. What's your favorite thing? Or writing, whatever it may be.
I'm gonna answer this one. I think right now the big thing is I like to write, and it's good to actually have something where I can do that often. But the thing about writing is sometimes when you're starting out, you have to write stuffy articles, boring things. But with this, you can write whatever you want. We have a whole pitching process, so you have to get approved by national if you want it to be nationally. But other than that, you can write about literally whatever you want, and you don't have to be really formal. You can be yo, check out this food. So that's what I like about it.
yeah, I was just about to say the same thing. I love the personal voice because with a lot of organizations, you have to stick to their voice, but the Spoon University voice is your own personal voice. We're not going to say, oh, well, you can't use contractions and you can't use slang. Someone published an article and it literally says, not this John. And that's it. And I just love that we have the freedom to do that.
So where do you see Spoon University growing? I understand maybe it might not grow as big as you want to in the years you're remaining here, but how big do you really see this getting here at Rowan?
Well, I hope that we can spread our influence before we graduate. I guess the big thing right now is getting younger people involved so that they would want to take over when we leave. But if we could just, I don't know, get more people involved from all different majors and the journalism department and things like that, then that would be really cool, I think.
I really see Spoon taking off on this campus. Okay. There are a lot of places you can, get your groceries, and there are a lot of farms around here, and there are a lot of small restaurants that don't get a lot of publicity. A couple have just closed down because they just didn't have enough traffic, but they were really good. And I really want people to A, support small businesses, and B, just really get to know the food around here that isn't Wendy's or Checkers.
Thanks again for coming on the couch today. And remember, that is at Spoon U Rowan on Twitter. And don't forget to tune into On the Couch every weekday right here at 8:30.